What's up, guys? Welcome to Grant Speaks Canes. If you're rocking with you, then you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. Big shout out to the Kane Gang. You guys, I just got back from vacation. That's why I did not put out a North Carolina State instant reaction. I did watch the game, and I will talk about the game throughout Mario Cristobal interview with the Joe Rose show. So I'll touch base on some things I didn't get to say after the game. And I'm back. So let's dive right into this.
Good morning, Joe. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm doing great. I got to tell you, that was in Madrid. That was a fun one to watch the highlights and everything. Coach, you put it all together. You got off to a great start. I want to start with that, and obviously Jacoby Thomas pick six early on made it 10-0. Also, really flipped the game and kind of set the tone for the defense that just played their ass off.
Yeah, I really played some good ball across the board and, went down on offense. Good drive, got a field goal, and then we ended up, a late swing pass gets popped out. We fumbled, and then 2 plays later, man, Jacoby Thomas, he lit the place up. Big play with a pick six and just put an exclamation point on the way he finished it in the end zone. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but it's definitely worth your time.
It's so crazy because before Mario got here, and even the first couple years of Mario, I would say, where is the playmaker on offense that every defensive coordinator has to fear? That every defensive coordinator has to think, I got a game plan that guy. Well, we have that now with Malachi Tony. Then defensively, I used to say, we had Cam, but I'm saying, like, where is the DBs that are making plays, that are getting picks, then taking it to the house? Right? On like is our defense going to make plays, or only the plays that our defense makes, they just fall into our lap? And now we are seeing consistently players on defense make plays, force and make plays, not, oh, there's a fumble on the ground and we pick it up. No, we're forcing the fumble. We're getting the ball. We're setting up the boundary, the blocking, and we're taking it to the house. Jacoby Thomas' interception was a great defensive play. Then in the middle of it, he looks at CJ Bailey. Come here. And then go ramming into him. Look, man, that's the type of stuff I love. That's the type of stuff I love. That's the type of stuff that gets me out of my seat. Not only a pick six, but a pick six with some attitude. I can only imagine what it does for the team, for the defense.
I did get to see that. Hey, so the other thing, Coach, I was surprised. Gerard Pringle played great in the game before when he got some work. You come out and you start him. I was just surprised you've got so many running backs. What was behind that decision? And obviously he didn't disappoint with the numbers that he put up. But I was just surprised to see a true freshman starting the game.
I think it's just a matter of what you put on the field when you get your opportunity. Certainly, all the guys, we were going to play the guys. We wanted to play the guys. But he did deserve to go in first for what he did the previous week and what he had shown in practice. So did the right thing.
Hey,
Okay, we got to give credit to this coaching staff. We have to get credit to this coaching staff. Because Gerard Pringle was a guy that the Miami Hurricanes found before a lot of other schools did. And they were able to bring him in, excited to have him. Once you see what he looked like on the highlight films in the huddle, you knew he was going to be good. Or you hoped, you was hoping that his talent for what he did in high school would translate into college. Now, the reason I think we got to give Mario some credit is because you got to look at that room, right? Okay. You got Mark Fletcher, you got Jordan Lau, you got Marty Brown, and now we're playing a freshman. Now, yes, you dealt with some injuries, but in the world of NIL, In the world where if a player gets his feelings hurt, he can dip out on you. I think it's not as easy as take a running back out and put in another running back. Especially when you have Jordan Lyle, who we all thought this was going to be a crazy year for Jordan Lyle. We all thought that this was going to be a breakout season for Jordan Lyle, and it hasn't worked out like that. Mark Fletcher, Mr. Consistent, he's off for the squad, so hey, it is what it is with him because he down. He don't mind playing second. He don't mind playing second. He knows whatever's best for the Miami Hurricane team he's going to do. And then you got Marty Brown. You bring him in. You say, hey, we need you to be our third back, but you're going to get carries. And then in the midst of all this, you say, okay, well, this freshman has been from scout team to now, because we dealt some injuries, let's get him a start. And I think the coaching staff deserves credit for that. Now, Pringle, salute to you, my friend, because there was a chance for him to play, and he took advantage of it. There's been times where injuries happen. You put a guy in, they don't take advantage of it. And it looks different when Pringle's running the ball. It looks different when Pringle catches the ball. I feel like when Pringle has the ball, he may break one. There was several plays where the last possible guy tripped him up. The last possible guy got him. I was very impressed with Pringle. I like to say he got some juice in him, right? I like what Mark Fletcher does. I like what Marty Brown does, but Pringle brings some juice to him, some energy. And I think when you look at the point we're in the season, a lot of people like to say, well, this team is getting better. This team is getting better. And I'm like, are y'all watching Miami? And by that, I mean, like, we got some freshmen stepping up. We got some new players that could make a big difference towards the end of the year. Justin Scott being one of them. Pringle being another one. Josh Moore, I hope he's okay. But you see what it's like when you can throw the ball up to him.
By the way, I thought one of the things was not only you play a complete game and the defensive numbers were ridiculous, the offensive numbers you put up as well, but, man, a lot of guys in such a big game, and I don't mean in the fourth quarter, but throughout the game, a lot of this last recruiting class really had some big impact plays. Joshua Moore had a couple of nice catches down the sideline, and you saw it on both sides of the football, playing a lot more of the young guys. Is it just a matter of I know the injury bugs hit you a little bit, so you had 4 or 5 guys out, but probably a lot of people surprised because you have so many guys that have been around here that so many true freshmen got a chance to play.
Yes, sir. I mean, the reps have paid off. I mean, throughout practice, throughout the season, it's paid off. And going into this game, we felt that after watching them play, I mean, they lit up the scoreboard against Georgia Tech now. They had about 600 yards of offense, and they weren't stopped. And they had the leading ball carrier in the conference as well. And we knew we were going to have to just get a lot of hats to the football, and we're going to continue to score to make sure we got the result we wanted in the game. But just created a ton of momentum after that interception, and things just started rolling. But they were in the plan anyways, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, wow.
Salute to Heatherman. Salute to this defense. This defense is, man, it's fun to watch. And I was shocked. I was expecting North Carolina State to get at least 2 touchdowns in the first half, because we took out one of our best players in Keontae Scott because he's injured. And then you put in a freshman. So I'm thinking there's going to be a couple miscues. There's going to be a couple where, the gap isn't filled, the run support, the gap isn't feel like it was supposed to be. The alley isn't ran, or, we get by them. But all three levels produced, and it made for a good team. Another person that I gotta really go and rewatch the game, and because your boy, I was on vacation watching the game, right? Your boy had a couple drinks, had a couple sips, but I felt like the first couple drives, Chase Smith was around the ball a lot. I gotta go rewatch it, but this defense has impressed me all year, and for us to not have Keontae Scott and still play at that level was amazing to see.
It's good to have that depth, man, and I think everybody got a chance to see that, to watch that game. NC State, 9 first downs, 143 total yards. Not rushing yards, not passing yards, total yards. Run defense was ridiculous. 8 punts. They punted 8 times and gave up. You guys were able to get the 2 interceptions from Thomas. Just incredible in the first 10 possessions what you're able to do in that game.
Yeah, again, just got better. I mean, the energy, the enthusiasm, and work ethic brought to from Monday all the way through Saturday for the last couple of weeks is really paying off an improvement in so many areas. And we expect the appetite and the energy to be just even stronger today. So let's get to work, man.
Hey, so guys that we haven't talked about and we don't talk about, as you know, being a head coach, we don't usually talk about the head coach or the coordinators unless things are not what people want and the numbers aren't there. I thought, I don't know if Coach Dawson went back and said, hey, I got to mix some things up early in the game, but I love the play calling. Obviously, the results were there with it, but it looked like, do you go back and do you look at, are we doing too many of the same things early in the game? Do we need to mix it up? Do you do a self-evaluation every week with your coordinators?
Joe, every single week, everything is self-scouted, man, to the T. I mean, deep. We don't building on Sunday until we are fully, we wipe, before we wipe the game out, we make sure that we go back and everything is, so every tendency, every formation, alignment, split, stance, all that stuff, backfield set, so we could always evolve. And you know what? It was a matter of the right guys on the field with the right calls going with that. We have really smart, hardworking coordinators with really good assistant coaches, and you just keep working and you figure it out and you get better. And there's been a lot of improvement in spurts, but this one that finally all came together.
Yeah, boy.
I think the not having so many penalties has helped out Miami this last couple games. The Coach Heatherman, like I said, you just been doing a great job, my friend. Continue to do what you do. Coach Dawson, I think what's helped his side of on offense is the penalties. Has it hurt us as much as it did the during the stretch where the offense isn't looking too good? You got Pringle, who there's one play where you check it down, this guy jukes 2 guys and gets 8 yards. It's not like he catches the ball and runs for 8 yards. No, he jukes 2 guys. So instead of a 4-yard gain, you get an 8-yard gain because you got a guy who has some wiggle. You have a guy who has the juice in Pringle. I think that has helped out Coach Dawson. And then this whole Malachi Tony offense. I know some people are saying it's crazy to me because people say, well, why is he pulling out this for NC State? Well, why is he pulling this out for Syracuse? Well, look, one, if we lose to one of them teams, there ain't no other game. You might as well not even pull it out. 2, you need that type of creativity. When you watch Carson Beck talk about Malachi playing quarterback, he seems so happy for it. When you watch the players, even if you go back and watch the Malachi Tony Wildcat pop pass, and you look at the players' reaction, they're like, oh, it's not like a dang it disappointment. It was oh man, we almost had it. We would have been so happy for you, Pringle, for you, Malachi Tony. So, you got to give a shout out to Dawson because he started to do more outside runs. and then you add somebody like Pringle who's going to help you out with the juice. Penalties been going down, and then he starts to incorporate more Malachi Tony playing the quarterback system. And guys, I think when you look at these plays that Dawson is calling with Malachi, I bet you we got so many different variations that is going to help Miami because you have to prepare for it all. What if Malachi Tony catches it and runs it? What if he catches it and throws it to Carson Beck? What do you do? What if he catches it and throws it to Carson Beck throws it back to him, then he throws it back to Carson Beck, then Carson Beck throws it down the field? What if, there's so many things that now as a defensive coordinator, I'm saying, damn, I got to worry about stopping Malachi Tony catching the ball. Now I got to worry about this Wildcat Malachi package. I've been happy with both of the coordinators these last couple games. Coach Hesman, I've been happy with you all season, my friend.
And by a lot of different guys that have been around college football, guys that are new to it. It just a lot of guys took the grown-up pill for that game. Carson Beck, by the way, always a hot topic. 21 of 27, 291, and 3 touchdowns. Boy, he threw. I thought he just made some great throws. Obviously, the pass protection was really good again for him, but some of the throws on the outside, it's good to see his confidence. Even when guys are covered, been able to throw that outside shoulder. Not easy to do.
Yeah, did a really good job all game, and really the couple times he had to, get out of the pocket and make something happen with his feet, move the sticks once, got himself close to a first down on another one. All that stuff is really, really valuable. So he's in a really great mindset right now and looking forward to attacking today.
Coach, that
Carson Beck, no interceptions. Carson Beck, no interceptions. Hey, that's what we need. If you say Carson Beck, no interceptions, most likely Miami won the game.
Malachi Tony, man, that topic just never gets old with anybody. When you talk Canes football, people want to know about Malachi Tony. And by the way, you kind of use him now. I finally just say, you know what? I was talking to some guys from American Heritage Plantation. I said, I think Coach is kind of using him the way you do. He threw a pass, by the way, as good a pass as you're going to see from a receiver. He didn't just he threw it. He zipped it out there. I don't know how far it was. Felt like about a 40-yard throw to Trader that was just right on the money. And of course, he did play some quarterback. Once the quarterback was hurt at American Heritage, went in and actually won a state championship at quarterback. He just does so many different things. My God.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he does a lot because he could handle a lot and because he works at it. And unfortunately, he had a touchdown also called back, due to a misalignment by one of the guys. So, yeah, he wants more and more and more, but I mean, he makes things happen. And so, and his QBR fell through the bottom after missing that one touchdown pass. So I'm sure he probably worked on it till midnight last night. So, but he's that kind of a guy, man. He's going to keep coming. We're going to keep finding ways to make sure that he changes the game.
Mario, because he is such a unique player, not here to do the whole show on Malachi, but, man, he's also, like people, I'm guessing, when they put game plans together and who to stop, he's got it. And so you can use him as a decoy. You use him so many different ways, but I do wonder. He's not the biggest guy in the world, and I know he wants the ball. He wants every return. He wants the key block. He wants to throw it, run it, catch it, the whole deal. Do you guys ever put a number on touches for him, or just get him the ball when you can?
Well, the thing is, he's not he's a thick, well-built, well-put-together dude now. I mean, he is strong. Like, he's weight room strong. He's explosive. He takes care of his body. So he's not one of these guys that's a frail skill guy. He can go in there and throw it around, and you could tell by the way he blocks people. I mean, again, his physicality in the run game this week was off the charts. So I don't think there's a limit, but you have to consider there's a big difference in getting tackled by a corner as opposed to getting tackled by a 300-pound defensive tackle, right? So you have to take that into consideration when you put stuff together and see where it best fits both him and the team.
Coach,
Okay, so Mario said exactly what I was saying. When I look at Malachi Tony, I don't look at him as we got to be gentle with this guy or we're giving him the ball too much. No. In my eyes, keep feeding the best player on the field, which most of the time that is Malachi Tony. Now, like Mario said, running a wildcat quarterback with Malachi, that's not doing any damage to him. Throwing him a screen or throwing him the ball, I mean, that's football. You going to get hit, you going to get dinged up. I think some things you want to not do as much as, if you run the wildcat, running it with him, up the gap several times, and then he's getting tackled by all these, linebackers and defensive tackles, right? But when you look at how we're using them, sometimes he don't even take a hit. And then when you don't get him the ball, y'all need to watch the man block. I know y'all watching the man block. Y'all see him out there blocking. So he, even when the ball not going his way, he's still getting active. So, keep getting the ball to Malachi. Don't worry about that. Football is football. What you can take care of is not running the ball with him as much, but, hey, making sure he does the right recovery and things, which, the way that the staff talks about him, you can tell that not only is he there early, catching the ball, throwing the ball, but he's probably doing everything right when it comes to eating and recovery purposes, because I know Mario brings it up a lot. So I'm assuming that he makes sure that the players have to be on getting rested and getting ready for next week as well and doing everything they need to.
You get some guys back this week. You had 4 or 5 guys out. Fletcher didn't play, David Blay, and some other guys. You expect to get some guys back, hopefully, for the next one?
I think so, Joe. We're almost in the neighborhood of 6 or 7 guys. I mean, between guys like OJ being out, West was limited to a dozen plays at most. Blay's been out, Moton's been out, Fletcher's been out, CJ Daniels. We've had a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And so to me, the biggest thing that we took away from the game is credit to our players for just really applying that next man up mentality, never flinching, never.
Paid for client betrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision.
Time unless
Burns films aren't just Burns. Independence. Fast. Human.
your car on now.
Scott, I know he got injured here a while back. How's he doing? And, man, you talk about I love talking about Jacoby Thomas and Keontae Scott and the rest of those guys and how good they've been.
Yeah, it's a shot to the gut, man, because that guy, I mean, he sent me a picture yesterday when I was recruiting him when I was out west, when I was working at Oregon. I mean, it go back a long, long way with Keontae. And his impact on this team and the culture, the young guys, incredible. You should see him during the course of the game, his level of enthusiasm, encouragement for his teammates. I mean, his impact is strong. And again, that's a guy that, I mean, think about the amount of, these aren't just players that are injured. These are like frontline, like best in the country type, caliber, performers. And they've been out and now we're slowly getting them back. So, yeah, man, we certainly miss that guy, but certainly always hoping for the best day by day. And, he's going to play for a long, long time, Joe. He's a great one.
Hey,
I think it was the Louisville game we lost. And they took the knee, and Keontae Scott was so pissed. This man I thought he was about to crash out on the field. But I was like, okay, I like this guy. I already like the way he plays. I already like, I call him Johnny on the spot Scott, right? Recovering fumbles, sacking a quarterback, tackle for loss, interceptions. But again, there's a lot of narratives that when you go get a guy out of the transfer portal, he's just there for money. He's not going to care about the winning, the losing. After that game, that dude, he was pissed off, and I'm like, okay, I was pissed off too, you know what I'm saying? But I love to see, just a player like it means that much to him.
Coach, I guess you guys have done a great job with the transfer portal. Matter of fact, the more you're around it, the better you do. And I know some of those guys, and obviously you have to sign off on anybody that might be coming in, whether it's out of high school or if it's through the transfer portal. Quickly, can you run me through the process? Is it your team, your recruiting team, will see a guy and go, hey, this guy's going to be leaving. he'll fit in nicely? Do you get your coordinators involved? Tell me about that process real quickly, how that works, because you guys are just great class.
Well, I mean, if you hear out there that a guy may be leaving, you evaluate tapes, right? But you're always, anytime you play somebody or you watch, there's so much crossover, right, tape, that you're always taking notes. You have to, right?
Yeah.
You can't hire a scouting department big enough to scout 130-plus college, Division I teams, not to mention all the other ones, right? So you're always taking notes on that. But whenever someone gets in the portal or is on the way there, usually there's an announcement before they go in, do all that paperwork.
Yeah.
It's the amount of eyes that we put on it, and we put all, from coordinators, assistant coaches, scouting department members, myself. We just go. And then, again, all the background checks, all the calls. It's really, really thorough. And I think we're not only in that department, Joe, I think at the high school level, you're seeing more and more evaluations pop of guys that really didn't have much clout, coming out of high school, because I think our systems are really, they're rolling now, man. We're starting to get a lot of really, really good players that are high character, tough-ass dudes that want to play big-time ball. So, yeah, it's a big process. You ought to stop by one day and check it out. You'll have all this free time you got.
So Mario just told us the blend version of the transfer portal evaluations, but at the end of the day, what we can say is this year's transfer portal class has been amazing. I feel like all of them, most of them have done well, and they need to keep that evaluating up. If this can become a consistent thing to where, you're not getting all your players from the transfer portal, but when you do, you get a high hit rate. I think that's going to go well with the recruiting efforts because, again, you got to think about this NC State game, and you look at players who was making plays. Bryce Fitzgerald, first play of the game, gets a pass breakup. Pringle, you're hitting Joshua Moore down the field. JoJo Trader, Malachi Tony. So, if they can continue this success in the transfer portal and this hit rate, good things will be happening.
Hey, so that was a good one, Coach, and I deserve that. There's no problem with that. College football playoff poll. I know you don't worry about it. I know right now you're worried about Virginia Tech, and then you'll be worried about Pitt, your last two games. But everybody's going to be in this conversation of like the Canes schedule overall. Even though there's some teams that have better records in ACC play, but you guys are the highest ranked team by the other polls in the ACC. Do you have any kind of feel? And what do you tell your players about this thing? They're obviously aware of it. There's only one poll that really matters, and that's after the season's over, the college football playoff poll.
We're always talking truths, man. We're on the verge of playing our best football, and we've done some great things, and we got to go take care of our business, and everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Coach, I appreciate you coming on, man. Great stuff. Really, really fun to watch, especially the young guys getting better and better, man, and getting a chance even late in the year, getting a chance to play. So good stuff across the board. Good luck this week.
Appreciate you, Joe. Go Canes.
All right.